there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 2 with the Golgari tokens. Yes, we want to keep this hand. It's got double Cryptbreaker, which can get a hand in its own right. And it also has a Marionette Master and a Westvale Abbey. So Evolving Wilds is still usually, this day and age, is still going to be the Aetherworks Marvel. I could go Hissing Quagmire and then guarantee 2 Cryptbreakers. I still think it's fine just to go Cryptbreaker this turn. And then pass the turn. And see what land it is. A forest. So the good news is it wasn't like a first turn. So it's going to be Harness Lightning. Our opponent's going to be very disappointed when it sees 2 Cryptbreakers come out this turn. But it was a card that I couldn't draw. So I did ramp up my opponent in energy-wise, but double Cryptbreaker out and that Harness Lightning. So our opponent's getting a great start, at least, for getting that Aetherworks Marvel out. So hopefully they don't just hit the key cards. It's very annoying when that happens. I think that I'd rather create a zombie, a 2/2 zombie, rather than cast Zulaport Cuthroat. That way we can start drawing cards. And see if the Marvel comes out this turn. Now, Evolving Wilds does seem like there wasn't other lands in hand. The first one makes sense, the second one maybe not. So usually they like to keep the Evolving Wilds to actually gain energy off the Marvel, if they can actually cast. Okay, well, there goes my theory. So Aether Hub, there's the 4th. See if the Marvel comes down. I swear, every time I play a Marvel deck, I cannot get a Marvel out on time. It is just going to be a Chandra. So we will just create a zombie. And our opponent has to decide whether or not they want Chandra to live. I will attack in with the zombie. They'll lose. Let's see if I can actually even... Nope, we can't. I could play a Zulaport, get rid of another Marionette Master for another zombie token. Let's see what happens here. We'll attack into Chandra. And the block does occur. So this makes me want to play the Catacomb Sifter rather than the Zulaport and Zombie. Because I'd rather have the Marionette Master back. So Chandra's going to plus either to gain mana. There could easily be a Marvel at this point that comes down. Oh, it's a Bristling Hydra. So I was wrong. I was wrong in my... And see what two red can go Harness Lightning, another Cryptbreaker. Jeez. And I cannot kill the Chandra this next turn. I'm going to bottom the Zulaport Cuthroat. We do need to kill. That is a disappointing draw with the Hissing Quagmire. But we do get a Zulaport Cuthroat out. Now we can go Marionette Master the following turn. But Chandra being ticked up each turn, you can't leave Chandra out. Like if Chandra can protect herself, that is, maybe I should have attacked in with both the Cryptbreaker and the... I just didn't want to lose a Cryptbreaker at that point. I saw Cryptbreaker as a way to get back in this game. And maybe now that in hindsight I should have attacked in with both and just lost a Cryptbreaker for my opponent losing a Chandra. I really thought this was the Aetherworks Marvel version though. For every sign it was looking to be that way. And a Chandra for a Chandra. I'm most likely this will do 2 damage. Our opponent could cast it and lose a Chandra. That takes the turn away, though. But that way I lose the Zulaport Cuthroat. Nope, decides just to exile it. Attune with Aether. Goes and finds another land. And see if another Bristling Hydra comes down. Jeez. So I need to draw, in this turn I need to draw into a, I'm not going to block here. He can attack in and I'll take an insane amount of damage. Nope, decides not to attack in. So I need to draw into a Pariah. If I draw into a Pariah, we really pull ahead here. Grasp of Darkness is is awful. Is beyond awful because it just doesn't do anything against these cards. So I'm going to sack, get a Scry here. And we're going to scry anything away, but... Ooh, that fourth one actually does work, though. Other than, I don't think that... No, I'm going to put it on bottom. Rather than guaranteeing a... Westvale Abbey. Our opponent is just so far ahead with Bristling Hydras and 13 energy. It's something I'm incredibly disappointed with Aether Revolt, that we don't have any way to interact with energy. And you can just see how nutty it can get. It can go way out of control here. Opponent's going to cast the Sky Storm, and that was a good hit off the top to kill the Marionette Master. So I think really, the Zulaport... Oh yeah, because it doesn't want to get one shot. But this is so much better than killing the Marionette Master in my mind. The Catacomb Sifter can go to the bottom. And my opponent probably will attack in this time. Nope, no attacking in. So I should not have a dead draw here. Well, there's that dead draw. As it can block. Gives me some blockers for sure. I mean, I could attack it with the Bristling Hydra. I don't think my opponent cares, though, to take the 2 damage off Chandra. Yeah, we're in bad shape here. Gives me some more servos. But Chandra is definitely winning this game. It's giving a ton of card advantage going through my opponent's deck. So, they're going to kill the Marionette Master. Have to crew it, though, to do so, but it's... I could force them to spend some energy. Just only 3, though. And I'm sure my opponent will actually cast that on the Marionette Master. I could grasp in response. No, it's just going to have to happen. Another Servant of the Conduit. Insane. 15 energy. There's the crew. Unfortunately, Grasp of Darkness does not kill the... I think I do Grasp on the... I don't think there's going to be a better target. So, Hissing Quagmire. Had to be it comes into play tap land. Should have kept that swamp. Don't know if I'd be in this position. We can attack in and take Chandra down, but I don't think that's the right play. I mean, I could attack in actually with the Hissing Quagmire. So let's actually do this. No, my opponent will... Oh, that was a bad move, because my opponent can just block with the Bristling Hydra. It gets rid of a Bristling Hydra, though, and then he can't... Yeah, I think actually my opponent will not block. So I need to take Chandra off of the ability to kill something off. So let's see if my opponent does block with the Bristling... I'm actually okay with this. It gives us another option to get a land, and then we're back in this, because my opponent needs to crew with this Bristling Hydra. Or there's another Servant, so my opponent is now up to 17 energy. Jeez. And Incendiary Flow, which keeps me off of... Yeah, that keeps me off the Westvale Abbey. We'll crew with the Sky Sovereign, and that does kill off a servo, and I take the damage. And now we can't cast this Marionette Master. So I'm still sort of in this, right? If I can get a Pariah, right? But I don't think I survive. So I guess not attacking you with Hissing Quagmire would have been the right play. Last turn? No, I still don't think that. I think I had to go for it. My opponent gets to cast another. Alright, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. We're dead. Okay, so gotta kill the Chandra. We'll bring in the Ruinous Path for this particular matchup. I don't think it's worthwhile bringing the Appetite just for the Sky Sovereign. Voldaren Pariah is amazing in this deck. I'm going to bring in Noxious Gearhulk as well as Kalitas. There's enough things for me to kill that I think that is worthwhile for Kalitas. Liliana does not need to come in. The cards that can come out now are going to be cards. I don't think that like Zulaport Cuthroats are actually good in this match. They just die too easily. And then Nissas are great. Catacomb Sifters are great. The Oviya can come down to a 1 of. And possibly just the Ruinous Path might not need to be as high. Isn't there another Ruinous Path in the sideboard, though? I guess it's just Marionette Master. They are pretty decent. I'm just going to go down to 1 of. I think it's just more... We just need to stabilize. I think Kalitas does that a better job than Marionette Master. I'm not going to bring in Lost Legacy. I mean, Bristling Hydra is a pain, but I don't think we're going to have to face 3 Bristling Hydras every game. They'll get maybe 1, and that's something we can handle. Keepable hand. We do need to draw into a land, especially a black source. If we don't, we're in trouble. But I don't typically give away 2 landers in this deck. A few things can easily get us out of this. Statistically speaking, we have 22 and 2 draws to hit 20. So we have 22 out of 53 and 22 out of 53 to hit our lands. And there's Hissing Quagmire. That's a perfect one to hit. Comes into play tap this turn. So that is a card that we will just kill off immediately. I'm not even going to give a chance for my opponent to do anything to it as far as Blossoming is concerned. Blossoming Defense. I don't want to let him untap and then Blossoming. That did generate... Oh, no, that didn't generate anything. And there's another one. We'll do the exact same thing. I'll Ruinous Path it. I think it's worthwhile. Those are both cards that can get out of hand if I let him have energy. There's a Noxious Gearhulk we can build up to. Well, we can go Catacomb Sifter and then block and force out. Because Chandra's still a real... Yeah, I still think we Ruinous Path this. Because a Tireless Tracker comes out. Okay. Tireless Tracker is probably a better one to... Oh, geez, especially Evolving Wilds. But it's got its value. Double Investigate. Still want to hit land drops here. Nissa is interesting, but I do believe it's going to be the Weaponcraft Enthusiast. That way, if we get a Cryptolith Rite or a Pariah... The problem with Tireless Tracker is this is going to keep breeding out of control with the... It's another card that demands an answer. And I think that drawing, I mean, up to 3 cards off 1 card right now. And there's the Sky Shoulder Council flagship. So I have to... Basically have to draw into a... Yeah, that card's going to get out of hand. A Pariah. Pariah is definitely very good. Ouch. I think that we will go the Catacomb Sifter because this does give us a way to deal with the Sky Sovereign. But I think that this is just one of those... Our opponent curved out very well with the Long Tusk Cubs. Possibly I should have started going for the token strategy quicker rather than taking out the first Long Tusk Cub, and then we would have had up a way to deal with the Tireless Tracker, but that's still accruing the... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's... Which is better or not. I think that this is just going to be a blowout. With the this card's insanely difficult to deal with. We'll take the damage. Our opponent is tapped out. This does give me the opportunity to use a Pariah. I have to worry about Harness Lightnings, though, is the big thing. Plus, we can't even... I still need to draw into an untapped land. And we do have the untapped land. Sweet. So, we get the Pariah. I do believe we do it right now. Which there's 2 Tireless Trackers down the drain. But Harness Lightning actually still does kill the Abolisher. But if I draw one more land, we also have access to the Noxious Gearhulk. CV Cruise. Alright, so we need to avoid a Harness Lightning here. Yeah, my opponent just has the nuts. I need to draw into an untapped land, or I lose. And we do hit the untapped land, but it's still not the greatest. My opponent can still top deck into so many cards. And has 2 clues to do so. So more energy. Oh no, Lumbering Falls just wins the game. Or a Bristling Hydra. Alright, typically this can be an easy matchup. The Skystorm's Council's flagship just took over the game twice. I don't know if it's more than a 1 of in the deck. And it very, very good curves by my opponent. Possibly just saving the removal for more relevant targets is the right move. However, Cubs are a threat that have to be taken care of. So we'll go on to the next match. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.